There is one way you can make your strategic narrative much better. It's by building a script and then completely get off the script. When you work on your strategic narrative, you're going to be tempted and maybe forced also to write a script, because your strategic narrative will show up at key moments where you're going to need to come prepared. For instance, an investor speech, a sales presentation, a keynote that you're giving at a conference. And in those moments, you will feel the urge to prepare to a level of perfection that makes sense. You have to come professional and you will write a script. And the metaphor I often use is that your script is like the sheet music for classical music. Everything is written down. Every word, every breath, almost. Everything is orchestrated. Everything is polished. In doing this, what you will force yourself to do is really think through your ideas. And this is really how strategy is built. This is how products are designed also, is through going through every detail, every aspect of how we may articulate a solution to a given problem. This is also going to force you to think about structures. Like, it's going to help you structure the element of what your company is about, what impact it's going to have, what client it's going to help, and what team you need to get there. So there is great value in writing everything as a script. In fact, in some companies, you're not allowed to just show up at a meeting with just a presentation, but you have to send a detailed memo, 2-3 pages detailed memo ahead of time that people can review, so that it forces you to be really, really clear about your points, the options you lay out, and build something that will support decision making. So that's the script part. But once you have that, I want you to try to go completely off of it. So move from extreme precision to extreme freedom. Why is that? It's because simply you're not always going to be able to go off of a script. Not every single situation for a CEO, founder, entrepreneur is about reading from a script, right? You're going to have to be able to memorize things and adapt to the situation. For instance, a sales call. I just see so many people coming to a sales call with something they're going to read and some slides. They're feeling like they have to go through all the slides, all the presentations, otherwise the sales call can't even move forward. So let go of that at some point. Let go of the script. Completely forget it. Just press the reset button somewhere in your brain. Just completely abandon that idea that you should say the exact words to everybody else. Maybe you have visual that supports some of the key points, and maybe you have a few sound bites that you hear to anchor your narrative, but that's it. Rely on the structure that you built out of the script, but don't use the script as a A to Z things that you need to say. Sales calls are good examples, but also hiring, recruiting, interactions, board meetings, meetings with partners, vendors, whoever in your ecosystem, in your community who wants to contribute to your business. You're going to be faced with situations where there is no time, there is no chance you can apply a script, and still, you are going to need to be consistent, highly consistent with the key elements of your strategic narrative. You're going to be really needing to use the same words, repeat yourself, and to walk people through the key components of your narrative. Where do we come from as a company? What impact are we trying to have? And why is this urgent now? What's our perspective on the problem we're trying to solve? And here are the key points that you should know about our product: what it is, how you get it, and what's the benefit, what it does to you. So think about this. Practice the art of extreme precision on one end, extreme freedom on the other end. This is the way you're going to be much more successful at mobilizing people to embark with you on a journey of entrepreneurship. When you do this, when you do this, what happens? You leave the door open for no more presentations, but you leave the door open for, you create an opportunity to build a conversation, right? A conversation, conversare, right? Bi-directional communication here. You create a balanced relationship, you create a connection, you create a link. But again, this will require you that you know by heart the structure of your narrative, but you're able to improvise around it. So to continue with my metaphor, as I said before, going off of script is like classical music where everything is detailed, written on the sheet of paper. Going off script is like jazz or rock and roll or pop, where musicians go of a structure of things. They use certain harmonic rules and principles to go and be alert and be free to express themselves at different moments of the conversations with other musicians. That's a good metaphor, I guess. All right, think about it, write your script, and then forget about it and go off script.